Done.
So, good morning. Today we will be discussing about representing rational numbers on a number line. In the previous discussions, we have gone with what a rational number is, how to do arithmetic operations on rational numbers, then applications of rational numbers. So, these are the three concepts which we have discussed in the previous classes. Now, we will be going about representing rational numbers on the number line. Now, I will be discussing representing rational numbers on a number line in two methods, in two different ways. That is, given a rational number, you have got two kinds of the rational numbers can be distinguished between two types. One is the numerator greater than the denominator. The other one is denominator. The other one is the vice versa. Numerator greater than denominator or numerator less than the denominator. So these are the two cases which I will pick up and I will try to represent the same on the number line. So this is what I am speaking about. 2 by 3. 7 by 2. So this is the distinction which I am going to make. That is, here numerator is less than the denominator. Here numerator is greater than the denominator. Now we will discuss this in one set and we will discuss this in another set. Though we have negative numbers, what we do is we do on the left hand side of it. However, plus 2 by 3 is a positive case which we do it on the right side of it. So I will go with representing 2 by 3 on the number line. So this is the method which I am following. So this is your number line. So we start with 0. Now the denominator is 3. So what you do is you start writing like 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 3 by 3, 4 by 3, 5 by 3, and likewise you can move forward. And we want only 2 by 3 encircle. So 2 by 3 is what is required. I repeat it again. Whenever you have a rational number, either that rational number contains numerator which is less than the denominator or numerator greater than the denominator. These are the two possible ways when you look into the numerical value of that particular rational number. So I am discussing both the cases. If it is a negative one, we just do it on the left hand side of it. There is no difference. For suppose you are marking minus 2 by 3, we repeat the same process on the left hand side of the number line. In fact, on the left hand side of 0. So you start 0, minus 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, minus 3 by 3, minus 4 by 3, minus 5 by 3, and likewise we move on the left hand side, just like the way we move on the right hand side of 0. Now we move on the left hand side on 0 and we encircle this. So that is the way we go about. Even the same method applies for the case where numerator is greater than the denominator. That is 0. Now denominator is 2. So start writing numbers of this kind: 1 by 2, 2 by 2, 3 by 2, 4 by 2, 5 by 2, 6 by 2, 7 by 2, 8 by 2. Now we want 7 by 2, encircle 7 by 2. So as per the denominator, you start writing that. Now we know that 2 by 2 is 1. So instead of writing 2 by 2, you can write 1. 4 by 2 is 2. 6 by 2 is 3. 8 by 2 is 4. You can also write in this manner. So this is one method of doing it. For suppose you have 151 by 3, then if you follow this method, what happens is you have to write 151 numbers. That is 0, 151, in fact 0, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 3 by 3, 4 by 3, 5 by 3, 6 by 3, and you should have to continue till 151 by 3. Therefore, that process is a bit tedious and that is less effective. Therefore, I am trying to go with another method which is more effective than this one. If the numbers are simple, you can use it. That will be effective when the numbers are simple. Whereas if the numbers are of this kind, then that will be a tedious process. Therefore, we will go with a bit more concrete process that is much more effective than this method which we have discussed now. So in this method, the aim is to look into the denominator and start writing. If say denominator is 5, we will write 1 by 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 4 by 5, and we move on. We try to arrive at the required number, we stop it there and we will encircle it. So that is the general process, and the same process applies for these two kinds of numbers. That is, numbers where numerator less than the denominator, numbers where numerator greater than the denominator. Now we are going with another method. say 2 by 3. Now, whenever the numerator is less than the denominator, you have to understand that value will always be less than 1. The simple reason is this. Suppose say you have 3 by 2 by 3 indicates that whole part, when you divide into 3 equal parts, we are considering 2 parts. Now these 2 parts are not same as the whole quantity which you have taken, or these 2 parts are not greater than the whole quantity, which means that this 2 by 3 is greater than 0 and this 2 by 3 is less than 1. So which means that 2 by 3 is always between 0 and 1. So that is what I mark, 0, 1. Now this denominator will tell you how many parts this space between 0 and 1 has to be divided into. So 0 and 1 has to be divided into 3 because the denominator is 3. So divide that into 3 parts, 3 equal parts. And the numerator will tell you how many parts you are supposed to consider. Here we have 2, so 2 parts are to be considered. This is 1 part, this is another part, so this is 2 by 3. So this is the way we mark cases of numbers where the numerator is less than the denominator. Every case where the numerator is less than the denominator, the value will always be lying between 0 and 1, and you will be following the same process. First suppose minus 2 by 3, or say minus 4 by 5. Again numerator is less than the denominator. Here when I am considering numerator less than the denominator, I am ignoring this negative sign. So irrespective of the sign, I am only considering the numericals and I am trying to identify which number is bigger. Is it the numerator or the denominator? Now I am discussing a case where numerator is less than the denominator. So since the whole number is a negative number, I will go on the left hand side. 0, minus 1. I know that 4 by 5 lies between 0 and minus 4 by 5 lies between 0 and minus 1. This 5 will tell you how many parts you need to divide. So since it is 5, we have to divide that space between 0 and minus 1 into 5 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this numerator will tell you how many parts are to be considered. So 1, in fact the numerator is 4, consider 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is minus 4 by 5. Now this is the way you will be marking numbers where the numerator is less than the denominator. If it is a positive rational number, you will do on the right side of 0. If it is a negative rational number, you will do on the left side of 0. So that is it with regards to the case where the numerator is less than the denominator. Now we will discuss a case where the numerator is greater than the denominator. Suppose say 7 by 2. Now in these cases what we do is we write that in the mixed fraction. 7 by 2 divided, 2 3s are 6 and left over is 1. How do you write this? This is 3, 1 by 2, 2 3s are 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 by 2. This is the way we write 3, 1 by 2. Now this tells you that 3, 1 by 2 tells you that 3, 1 by 2 or 7 by 2 lies between 3 and 4. 3, 1 by 2 or equivalent to 7 by 2 lies between 3 and 4. Now we repeat the same process. We draw a number line. Say 0, 1, 2, 3. We mark it 4. We know that this number is between 3 and 4 as per this. And this tells you, this denominator over here tells you into how many parts the space between 3 and 4 is to be divided into. Here it is 2, therefore divide the space into 2 equal parts, out of which here it is 1, so you will be considering 1 part. So this is 3 1 by 2, or which is same as 7 by 2. Let us see one more example so that you will have an ease of understanding. Suppose say 5 by 3. 5 by 3 is same as 1 2 by 3. 3 1s are 3, 3 plus 2 is 5. So this tells you that 5 by 3 lies between 1 and 2. So draw a number line, start with 0, 1, 2. Now here this denominator tells you into how many equal parts the space between 1 and 2 should be divided into. So here the denominator is 3, so divide the space into 3 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this numerator tells you how many parts are to be considered. So here the numerator is 2, therefore consider 2 parts. This 1, this is 2. So this is 5 by 3. If it is a negative number, you will consider it on the left hand side, same case. Or we go with one negative number. Suppose minus 7 by 3 divided, what do you get? 3 2 is 6, 1. So 2 1 by 3 minus 2 1 by 3, 2 is 6, 6 plus 1 7, 7 by 3. So now this tells you that 2 1 by 3 that lies between minus 2 and minus 3. So whatever you are doing on the right hand side, you are doing on the left hand side. There is no other difference. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is the case. In fact, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Now as we have discussed, this minus 1 by 3 lies between 2 and 3. So this space should be divided into 3 equal parts as per the denominator. 1, 1, 2, 3. 3 equal parts, out of which you have to consider only one part. So this is one part. So this is minus 7 by 3. So while you are doing on the left hand side, you will consider from in this direction. While you are doing on the right hand side, you will consider in this direction. So that is the case. This is the way to go about. We do one more on the negative side. See, minus 3 by 2. Minus 3 by 2 is how much? 1 1 by 2. 2 1s are 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So this tells you that minus 1 by 2 lies between minus 1 and minus 2. So 0, minus 1, minus 2. Now, since we have discussed that this number lies between minus 1 and minus 2, this denominator will tell you into how many parts that space between minus 1 and minus 2 is to be divided into. Now this denominator is 2, so divide the space into 2 equal parts. Out of this, the numerator tells you how many parts are to be considered. So we have to consider one part. From this, it is one part. So this is minus 1 1 by 2. So this is the way you will be marking out rational numbers on the number line. So you will always have two cases. Given a rational number, either numerator will be greater than the denominator or numerator will be less than the denominator. If you are going about this method, when the numerator is less than the denominator, that is cases of this kind, that value will always lie between 0 and 1, and this denominator will tell you that space should be divided into how many equal parts, and numerator tells you how many parts are to be considered out of the divided parts. So that is the case when numerator is less than the denominator. If it is a negative case, you will do it on the left hand side. If it is a positive case, you will do it on the right hand side. That applies for any kind of number. Now if the numerator is greater than the denominator, like this, 3 by 2, or say some 5 by 2. Numerator is greater than the denominator. So in that case, when the numerator is greater than the denominator, first you will write in the mixed fraction. That will tell you that number lies between which two numbers. Now 5 by 2 lies between 2 and 3. 2 2s are 4, 4 plus 1 5. So this mixed fraction will give you a fair idea between which two numbers that given number lies between. So 5 by 2 lies between 2 and 3. Therefore you need to divide that space between 2 and 3 into 2 equal parts as per the denominator, and consider the number of parts as many as the numerator, and that will holistically give you 5 by 2. So that is all about it. I will be posting a worksheet on this. So do it, and we will discuss the worksheet in the next class. Thank you.